Today, in our society, awareness of disabilities is larger than ever. Nearly 1 in 5 people have a disability in the United States, the most common being autism, Down syndrome, and learning disabilities. Learning disabilities occur in different areas such as reading and writing. A learning disability is a neurological condition that interferes with a person's ability to process and store information. With special needs being so common, I'm sure most people know or know of a person with special needs. Many special needs apparent at birth are on the rise, the most prominent being autism at a very high rate. In the 1980s, 1 in 2,000 children had autism. Today, about 1 in 150 are considered to be autistic. The main cause for this is that the specifications to be considered autistic have changed. A person labeled as autistic today may have been considered mentally handicapped years ago. Disabilities are accepted much more in today's society, and there are numerous programs and homes to help them live better lives. It has not always been this way. It used to be that people with disabilities were hardly treated human at all, and were largely mistreated. It took a long time before people began to care, to understand, to help these people. One of the first known to do this was Jean Itard, a French physician and educator. He focused on one boy known as the Wild Boy and found ways to help him communicate and carry out daily activities. Another important person in this movement was Ovid de Crowley, a Belgian teacher and psychologist. He took the approach towards helping people with holistic remedies. He lived by the idea that to educate in its fullest sense is to create conditions in which the child can live. Such conditions are for a school to provide. A special curriculum was eventually made for people with disabilities. Special education was made public just like other schools and offered learning to accommodate each individual's needs. One of the first known schools like this was in Paris. Education for people with special needs in the United States has come a long way. Before people realized that those with disabilities could be further educated with the proper learning techniques, there was little help or compassion for these people. They were looked down upon. Throughout the years, many organizations have been made to help those with special needs. The organization that has impacted the progression of special education the most is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It is a law that governs how special education and related services are provided in the United States. Every student with disabilities has the right to receive public education. With laws such as this, most people with disabilities will receive education today. Autism spectrum disorder is considered one of the most common and growing disabilities in the United States. Autism can be different in each person. Each person can have different struggles. The world is normally very backwards to them. A soft touch on the shoulder may feel like a slap to them. Characteristics may include no eye contact, resistance to being touched, difficulty reading facial expressions and understanding rules of communication, obsession over a certain thing, and disinterest in what is going on around them. There is no cure for autism, but they do benefit from people working with them. People with autism can be highly functioning or very low functioning. It just depends on how severe their autism is. Down syndrome is also common in the United States. The cause of Down syndrome is being born with an extra chromosome. Down syndrome is genetic and, like autism, ranges from mild to severe. In the United States, many health practitioners encourage mothers with suspected Down syndrome babies to get abortions. People with Down syndrome are limited in communication skills, nonverbal problem solving, and cognitive functioning. Cerebral palsy is another disability that is often heard of. This condition consists of impaired muscle coordination, but can also affect other things such as learning, hearing, seeing, and thinking abilities. Cerebral palsy is typically caused by damage to the brain, either before or after birth. Cerebral palsy is a group of different disabilities that have different symptoms.